Pantry. I'm just getting started making some vegetable soup. I'm going to can it. I have in here one cut up, this is a small onion, and I'm really just sweating it down for a little bit. It's been going for probably about 5 minutes. I don't want it too translucent because it's going to cook for a long time in the pressure canner. So I'm just kind of helping it out, getting it started. And now I'm going to add in 5 of these cans of Hunt's fire roasted diced tomatoes and all that tomato juice. This tomato juice is going to be the base, and I didn't finish adding all the cans. But the tomato juice and this 1 quart of vegetable broth is going to be the base for this soup. I'm also going to run some water through those cans of tomatoes. That way I can make sure I got all of that. I have another quart of vegetable broth and 1 quart of diced tomatoes that I have on standby just in case I want more broth for this. Gonna add in 3 dried bay leaves. And now the rest of my ingredients. I have 1 pound of baby carrots cut up and about 10 stalks of celery cut up and washed. I have about 10 small diced potatoes. And if this grows out of hand, I'm going to have to switch to the bigger pot. I was hoping that I'd just be able to use this smaller one. So I canned some beef stew, some beef vegetable stew the other day. And mostly because my local store had really good deals on these packs. This was $1, so this is a 12 ounce pack of peas. It's frozen, so I'm just gonna stick that right down at the bottom. See what I mean by growing on it? I'm not even done, and this is so hardy already. So we've put in onions, potatoes, carrots, celery, and peas and tomatoes. And I still have green beans and corn that I'm going to add in. I'm also going to add in one 16-ounce package of sliced mushrooms, but I will do that later. And not for any reason, I could do it now. It's just that I forgot to get it at the grocery store. So I placed an order this morning and I included that on my order, so I'll have to go pick it up in a little bit. 32-ounce package of frozen green beans. And I think I'm still good on space. Go for it by adding in this 32 ounce pack of sweet corn. I'm surprised I got it all in there, but I did. So I'm gonna bring this up to a boil. First, I'm going to season with some salt and pepper. So I seasoned it with salt, pepper, garlic powder, and some Italian seasoning. My house smells fantastic right now. I think I will have just enough room for the mushrooms to be added, and then I'm done. I can't get anything else in this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it come up to a boil, and then I'm going to turn it down to a simmer, cover, and just let all of those flavors infuse and everything, and then I'll be back. Now I'm adding my 16 ounces of sliced mushrooms. So I just added the 16 ounces of sliced white mushrooms. And I'm just going to continue to let this go. I'm getting ready to start canning, filling our jars. I've gotten one bay leaf out, so there's still 2 in here somewhere. So holler if you see one. But I am canning these in pint-sized jars. When you're canning soup, you want to look at it as a combination recipe, which means that you are going to can it for the length of time of the longest vegetable that you have in there. So I have corn in here, and corn is actually the longest, which means for a pint, I am going to can it for 55 minutes. And for a quart, I'm going to can it for 85 minutes. When I canned the beef vegetable soup, I had everything in there plus the beef. And at that point, the beef was the longest amount of processing time. So I had to can a quart for 90 minutes. So I'm just going to go through this and fill everything with the dry ingredients. I want to make sure I have the same amount of dry ingredients in all the jars, and then I will go through and top the rest off with this broth. I just finished cleaning all the jars, so now I am putting the lids on. And then we'll put the rings on and screw them on to fingertip tightness, and then get them in the canner for 55 minutes. I did not realize that recipe was going to grow on me so much. So I'm going to have a whole nother canner load, I'm sure. And my mister, he was like, well, what's for dinner tonight? And I'm like, did we not talk about this? We're going to have beef stew and this. He didn't like that idea. And I have a big pot of beef stew in the refrigerator. So I think when I go to can up this second canner load, I might also throw in the beef stew in the same canner. So we'll see. Here's the finished product. Right here is pictured 17 pints, which equals 8.5 pints or 8.5 quarts. All the rings have been taken off and the tops have been cleaned. Now they just need to be labeled and gone down into the basement. So from that big pot, I got 2 canner loads out. There was another pint, but when we went to take the ring off, it pulled the seal. So we just went ahead and added that to what we were going to eat for dinner. But there is the finished product. Corn, peas, green beans, potatoes, carrots, onions, celery, tomatoes, and mushrooms. Thank you for watching TT's Urban Pantry. If you enjoyed this content or was able to learn anything from it, please hit like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified when new videos are uploaded. And as always, have a wonderful and blessed day.